Hi, it's Tara Green. I wanted to bring you some cards of the day because the big aspect for July the 17th and kind of flowing into the 18th is the Sun opposite Pluto. Now, this aspect is very intense. It only happens once a year because the Sun and Pluto are only opposite once a year, and then they're in a conjunction 6 months from now or thereabouts. Okay, so it's all about power, control, secrets. Cancer is family, nurturing, could be old family secrets and skeletons. So let's start with fire signs. Okay, so I'm using the beautiful Muse Tarot. This is the Queen of Materials or Disc or Earth. So she's very beautiful. This is a very untraditional deck. So being the queen of your own domain or your own body is important. You know, Capricorn can be very stubborn and stand up for what they want. So any old family abuse, emotional abuse, sexual abuse, especially opposite Pluto, these are fairly taboo subjects, although they're talked about these days. You need to nurture the wounded child. You need to make sure you take care of your body because the body holds all the memories of any trauma, and even past lives trauma, and your mother's trauma, speaking of Cancer, and your grandmother's trauma, and back at least 7 generations, but back all the way to the beginning, okay, of the first abuse, which was actually talked about in the Bible. All right, so then we move on to Earth. Now this is the number 6. This is the card of the Lovers here. I'm going to move this over a bit. Card of the Lovers. So having a major arcana come up here is important. So Earth signs, balance, 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 the balance of heaven and earth. We just had that nice Venus-Mars conjunction, which is also about the balance of heaven and earth. So make sure that you have both polarities, complementary polarities, working together. So no matter what gender or any gender or no gender you identify with, everybody has an opposite polarity, okay? They're not necessarily genders, they're really magnetism, just like magnets, positive, negative charges. One is not better than the other. Negative is not bad, it's just what it is. So make sure you have your internal feminine, which is considered or soul, which is considered to be beckoning, giving, receptive. You know, everything comes out of the feminine, and the masculine acts on behalf of the feminine, okay? So it can also indicate some power struggles with your lover, with anybody in your life, okay? But basically the Lovers is really, it's like Gemini energy, and it's about your own internal masculine and feminine, okay? So now we're going to do air. Okay, now in this deck, again, a non-traditional deck, she has the Muse Tarot. She has these special Muse cards. Now, this is a very unique card, so I'm going to just interpret it as it's a transformative card. You can see it's a beautiful green, like a Luna moth, and she's in front of the moon, so she's making a play on the moon and Luna. So it's really about a rebirth of I am, you know, the I am God principle. So you have to understand and to know that we are co-creating. It's Gemini, right? It's air signs, dual. We are co-creating, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, co-creating with the universe, but all signs are. All air signs represent the mind, represent consciousness itself, so realize that you co-create your reality, okay? All right, so the last one, that's fire, or air is water. This is in the traditional order of astrology. Okay, and now we get the Wheel of Fortune. So again, another major arcana here. Let's see if I can move these ladies over here. Okay, let's see if we can move them over. Okay, so we can get them all in there. Okay, so the Wheel of Fortune for water signs. Okay, this is about Cancer. Okay, so Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. The Sun in Cancer, you know, is in the moon's ruled sign. So we need to pay attention to those ups and downs, the wheel of life, the changes. It is positive. It is like Jupiter, in fact. So Jupiter is in Pisces. It's pretty much at the 0 degree of Pisces right now, getting ready to move back into Aquarius. So it amps up the emotional nature, the watery nature of how everybody's feeling. It could be feeling kind of exhausted. Jupiter in Pisces takes away energy, you know, it's because it's Pisces. We're working behind the scenes, we're working spiritually, we're working on our intuition, we're overwhelmed with emotion. So a lot of this aspect with the Sun opposite Pluto could be just feeling very overwhelmed with the fear in the world, with projections in the world, with, you know, what's going on with governments, and there's a lot of pretty heavy duty things coming on right now. But the Wheel of Fortune is about faith, because the wheel is always turning. And ruled by Jupiter, it is about faith, it is about trust, it is about justice. And there's also Jupiter represents the higher sacred laws. There are man-made laws, there are sacred laws. This is where you need to trust that the sacred laws of balance and that we co-creating our universe, using our bodies, using our physical presences, I'm pulling all this together now, is how we can move the wheel and be at the center of the wheel, not feeling like we're being just tumbled around in the big laundry tumbler of life there. So the Queen of Materials, everything's happening in our bodies. We're here for a reason. We don't want to ascend necessarily. We want to descend into the body, into the earth, into this reality, love the fact that we are a mirror of all that is. And that's how we turn the wheel of karma into dharma. All right. So that's pretty interesting. So, of course, if you have planets at 25, 26 of Cancer, Capricorn, Libra, and Aries, you're going to be in exact crosshairs of that grand cardinal cross, because it's a powerful and unusual aspect. I would really pay attention. Also, Venus and then Pluto are in conjunct early morning on the 18th, so pay attention to that, as well as Mars in conjunct Neptune. So there's a lot of these fingers of God, these cross purposes for the planets. Again, lots of power struggles. We see that in the world. Let us create the world we want to see with love. Okay, so if you want to get in touch with me, I'm at tarot.com. You can subscribe to me here on YouTube. Please follow me on my blog at infinitynow.wordpress.com. I'm on Twitter, I'm on Instagram, and I'm on TikTok too. Many blessings to you. My next workshop, actually I'm going to put in a pitch here. Next workshop is July 22nd. It's the Aquarius full moon workshop with, again, Venus opposite Jupiter in Pisces, which is a very auspicious, positive aspect, calling us to do practical dream work. So calling you to work with your dreams. You can sign up for that workshop at my website at tarot.com. It's 7:30 p.m., July 22nd, live on Zoom. Sign up on my workshop. See you there. Blessings.